Okay, let's try this again, shall we? The lights go dark. The music pauses. The Apple logo hits the screen. Tim Cook strides out.
Good morning.
The iPhone event is on. Yes, fine, sure. We expected just all of this to have already happened, just like any other year. But 2020 isn't like any other year. It's the will it blend of years. So instead of the usual September iPhone event, we got
Apple Watch and iPad.
And the iPhone 12, well, for that we have to wait for October. Like it's 2011 all over again or something. You know what that means. In about 2 weeks, drone shot, speed ramp, transition, Steadicam, boom. And then? What exactly? Well, how about Apple TV, StudioPods, AirTags, iPad Pro, iPhones, so many iPhones, and maybe, just maybe, some one more Apple Silicon things. Well, I'm going to break all of it down for you. All of it, right now. Sponsored by CuriosityStream with Nebula. For everything you need to know about all of Apple's fall products, including the iPhone 12, just sit back, slap that subscribe button and bell, and let's do this. You know how this starts. Apple CEO Tim Cook puts sneaker to stage, but since services and the new Apple One bundle are done, ditto Apple Watch, maybe it's finally time to talk about Apple TV 4K, the next generation. Maybe Tim stays on camera for this, or maybe we cut across to Eddie Q, Senior Vice President of Services. You know, his epic shirt battle with Jaws still just hasn't been waged this year at all yet. And we start with Apple TV Remote, which, if it doesn't get a much-needed complete makeover, fingers crossed for inductive charging, including on AirPower Mark II, if that's just ever cleared for takeoff. And hey, a nerd can absolutely keep dreaming. The 4K box itself looks about the same, of course, because of course, but it has a beefed up A12X processor, or thereabouts, to not only better handle things like HDR compositing and the next generation of games, and please, just please let that include Game Pass and Stadia, but also connected experience like Fitness Plus now as well. Cut back to Tim. Just like 2012 when Apple announced the iPad 3 in March and then came back in October and announced the iPad 4, what if, just what if, once again they're not taking their foot off the gas, or I guess electric accelerator now. Maybe Laura Legros or John Turnus, VPs of hardware engineering both, gets the gig. But what if they have a new iPad Pro ready, a second one for 2020, and they just can't wait to tell us all about it? Rumors are split on this, some saying it's gonna come this year, some saying next, but if it's ready for October and not November, the story will still be short and sweet. Take the current iPad Pro, add the Apple A14X processor, 5G radios, and maybe, just maybe, a mini LED display. Stir, don't ever shake and break the ice, and then serve. Then watch the tech world just lose our damn minds, equal parts elated and simply enraged. Post-production pan, cut right back to Tim, because it's time for the main event. For years, for almost a decade, as soon as Tim Cook had introduced the latest, greatest new iPhones, he'd hand off to Phil Schiller for the deep dive. Previously Senior Vice President of Worldwide Marketing, now though, moving to Apple Fellow. Just Wikipedia it. Greg Joswiak, previously Vice President of Product Marketing, is the freshly minted SVP of the whole shebang. But maybe we start with Kyan Drance, Vice President of iPhone Marketing. Last year, she handled the iPhone 11 introduction with panache. This year, iPhone 12. Now, I've done a Kelvin ton of videos on analyzing just every aspect of the iPhone 12's potential already, and I'll leave links to the most pertinent ones in the description. But here's the gist. It's got a new design like the iPad Pro or a retro future iPhone 5, a new OLED display on par with the original iPhone 10, maybe the 10s, 5G on frequency range 1, the low and mid bands, but mostly just a rock-solid Qualcomm modem, completely back in the stack. Better camera, better stills, better video, of course. Also, the brand new A14 Bionic on 5 nanometers, and just ready to once again redefine what OP means on a phone. It comes in 2 sizes now, 6.1 inches, like the iPhone XR and 11, and 5.4. Yeah, like the original SE and iPhone X DNA digivolved into something new, an iPhone mini. And they both work with this long-rumored accessory called AirTags. Maybe you've heard of them. Tiny little Apple emblazoned discs that you can stick on your keys and wallets, in your gym bags and gear bags, hell, in your kids' clothes and your pets' collars. And they have U1 ultra-wideband chips in them, and they work with Apple's Find My network, so you can precisely, exactly locate anything you lost, had stolen, or misplaced, like with AR-guided precision, even your Apple TV remote. And no, I'm not letting that go until I get it. Apple addresses privacy concerns because even though Tile has been on the market for years, Apple going all in is all the headlines are going to care about. Then we cut to Craig Federighi, Senior Vice President of Software Engineering, to demo Find My on the AirTags, maybe some third-party versions, along with any other new hardware-specific features coming to iOS 14.1. You know, other than the new emoji that's really just anything anyone's going to care about already. Then it's time to talk about headphones. Now, I don't know if we'll ever see Phil Schiller presenting again. When Apple makes a change, it's just changed. But he's still in charge of events for the company, and he still loves audio gear as much as he does cameras. So who knows? It'd be great to see him one more time. Either way, anyway, the new AirPods Studio take everything great about the In-Ear Pro and just final form them into full-on over-the-ear studio cans, like portable HomePods. It's computational spatial audio for your head. And we get the full demo from silicon to streaming. And you can even swap out the earpieces like watch bands so you can mix up the colors and the patterns. And then it's back to Tim for the iPhone 12 Pro. It's similar in design, but instead of glass and aluminum, it's glass and steel, as close as we may ever come to recapturing that Leica and Braun-inspired design of the iPhone 4. And yeah, all of this is just an elaborate prank, a way to punk every pundit who was so desperately bored now back when those boxy designs were first repeated, but are now every bit as desperate just to get them back. And it's got everything the regular iPhone 12 has, just extra, like Hulk Serum Extra. Pro batteries, pro cameras with LiDAR now for better AR, a pro modem with millimeter wave support for frequency range 2, the high bands, if you can find any, and a pro display, beyond XDR, but maybe not with ProMotion. Sorry. So sorry. Also, new extra pro sizes, 6.1 inches like the 11, and an extra embiggen 6.7 inch model to show Max what the meaning of Max just really is, plus to fit all those millimeter wave modems. Cut back to Deirdre O'Brien, Senior Vice President of Retail, to talk about how Apple's going to handle an iPhone launch or couple in the age of COVID. Then cut back to Tim to run down everything we just saw, and maybe, just maybe, give us one more thing. The first Apple Silicon Mac system, if it's ready to show off, a slick new ASI MacBook would just be one hell of a showstopper. Even an iPhone 12 show topper, if Apple's excited enough to let that happen. But I'm guessing that's going to be a third event thing, maybe even a November thing. Either way, I've done a few videos already on what that system might be, and I'll leave links to those in the description below. But let me know what you think in the comments. So, what about the first glimpse of Apple glasses then? Like Apple Watch got back in September of 2014. You know, even if the AR glasses are ready to demo, I kind of think Apple would vastly prefer previewing them at an in-person event where they can really just show and not have to settle for tell. And when they're 100% rock solid certain they're actually going to ship. Because especially with everything else going on right now, I just don't see Apple setting themselves up for any more delays. But if there is any year that we could all just use a bonus, that we really need an extra, it's this one. And that's why Georgia Dow and I are putting extra bonus content for every episode of our new podcast up on Nebula. Yeah, Nebula, the streaming platform I'm building along with my education-y creator friends like Legal Eagle, Braincraft, Thomas Frank, Mariana, Ali Abdal, Mary Spender, Epos Fox, Jordan Harrod, and so many more. It's a place where we don't need to worry about demonetization or the tyranny of click-through rate, watch time, or algorithms, or ads. And you can find just all of my videos there, completely ad-free, including Georgia and my new podcast, Apple Talk, which has a bonus topic only available on Nebula. You can also find Nebula originals there, like working titles, where your favorite creators break down the intro sequences for some of our favorite shows. I just did Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and collaborate in ways that wouldn't work at all on YouTube. Like I was just in Half as Interesting's Big Brick Original and a recent episode of Alex Goes Bananas. So, what does this all have to do with CuriosityStream? Well, as the go-to source for the very best documentaries on the internet, they just love educational content and thoughtful creators. And we just worked out this deal. where if you sign up for CuriosityStream with the link in the description, not only will you get CuriosityStream, you'll also get a Nebula subscription for free. And for a limited time, CuriosityStream is offering 26% off all of their annual plans. And 26% off is, by contract, the absolute best deal you'll find anywhere. So click the link in the description and get both CuriosityStream and Nebula for 26% off. Or you can go to curiositystream.com/Rene Ritchie. It's a great way to support this channel and educational content directly for just $14.79 per year. Just click on the link in the description or go to curiositystream.com/Rene Ritchie. And clicking on that link just really helps out this channel. For just a ton more on the iPhone 12, hit the subscribe button and bell, and then click on the playlist above. I've already got videos up on every single new feature coming our way, and lots more to come. So click the playlist, and I'll see you in the next video.